Hey, welcome to another episode of Way with Words. This would be episode next. The numerological relationship is still in flux. I'd also like to point out we're shooting this one without the benefit of a hat or artificial sweeteners. But we do have a novel idea today. We want to talk about a great idea for a novel because I think you may agree with me that most novels, stories, have to start with a great idea. When in fact, every novel I've ever read, and probably every novel you've ever read, starts with a sentence. And that sentence is the first sentence of the story. But the sentence that tells the story of the novel is not, in fact, the first sentence of the story. It's the sentence that tells the whole story in one sentence. And that sentence is the one we want to see if we can get some grip on how to write such a sentence, which would be, of course, a great idea. Preferably, it's short. The idea is commonly referred to as the elevator pitch, how you, in 30 seconds or less, could tell the story that you want to tell to someone else interested in that story, either as a backer or a publisher or just someone that you listen to that tells you whether or not to go ahead. So that sentence is a potential storyline. Here's one that we can just use as an example. 2 retired fighters fight again about telling an adopted daughter the truth. True, I put a little vocalization in there to make it sound more compelling than it really is, because it's really not a very compelling sentence. It sets up a situation, sure, and it's mildly interesting, but it's not there. So we need to pare it down. We need to change it up a little bit. So we're going to change one word and see if that has an impact on the sentence. 2 retired fighters fight again about telling an abandoned daughter the truth. All right, now we're a little more compelling because abandoned has more risk to it than adopted. And we're like, oh, well, maybe this is an interesting story. However, it's still confusing because whose daughter is it? 2 retired fighters fight again about telling their abandoned daughter the truth. Well, now we've increased the empathy a little bit because we're not only concerned just about the abandoned daughter, that was, the easy one, but now it's their abandoned daughter. So we're suddenly starting to care about these 2 retired fighters. Maybe we should change them into something easier to pronounce. So we've answered one question, but we've set up another, and it's still too complicated for us to care. Another adjustment. A retired fighter wrestles with telling his abandoned daughter the truth. So we've changed the focus from 2 fighters to 1, which the mind is, we'd like to focus on smaller targets, so that helps. We've used the word retired fighter wrestles, just to throw a little writing into it. A little writing in there, use of words. And he's telling his abandoned daughter the truth. So now it's focused on one person with one problem and someone we can empathize with. So it's all been pared down a little bit to where it's telling a story that someone might want to know, and it's doing it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words. The ideal sentence for this kind of thing is certainly less than 18, preferably less than 12, and if you can do it in 10 words, then you've got something, and you may, in fact, have a great idea for a story that you can then write and tell. Thank you. Jesus and jeans.